and welcome to the Spirit of 76 Museum. I am Becky Norton, a board member here at the museum, and I'm with Jenny Arntz, who is the director of Main Street Wellington. I'm so excited today because I'm finally getting a chance to be able to present to you the finished product of our Willard Initiative Part I. For those of you who have watched the videos before, you may remember that I told you about the Masonic lecture charts that Willard painted about the same time that he did the big Spirit of 76 painting for the 1876 centennial celebration in Philadelphia. So I will tell you more about this in a moment, but I want Jenny to show you the finished product of Willard Initiative Part I.
We need a drum roll.
Yes, we do.
Look at how beautiful and enormous and majestic that is.
So here we are in front of our finished product. This is a Masonic lecture chart. We tend to call it a mural here at the museum. We are so very proud of the way it turned out. Willard painted this for the Bell Fountain Masonic Lodge about the same time as he was doing the Spirit of 76. So that would have been about 1874, 1875. We have 3 of these lecture charts, each one showing a different segment of the Masonic Lodge's teachings. And these are things that Masons need to know before they're able to advance in degrees within the lodge. We chose this one to be taken care of first because of the 3, this one is the only one that was signed by Willard. So we felt that this one was the one that should be taken care of first. We've had this project going on for several years, and it took quite a while for us to get grants to be able to have this taken care of. And I keep saying taken care of because I avoid the word restored. This is not restored. If it were restored, then when we sent it away to be taken care of, the wrinkles would have been taken out of it. It would have been spots that needed to have painting put in would have done that. And of course, first of all, we didn't want to do that. We wanted this to be more, to show the wear and have it look more original. And the other thing is, of course, it would have been prohibitive for us cost-wise to have done that. So this has been stabilized. We sent this to Cleveland to the Intermuseum Conservation Association, and they started off in Oberlin at the Allen Art Museum. And as they expanded, they needed a lot more room. And so they are in Cleveland now. They have a beautiful big building. It's kind of a warehousing kind of place. And the things that they do to restore artwork is just amazing. It's not only artwork that they restore paintings, they restore artifacts, textiles, all those kinds of things. And I've had the privilege of going there when they were working on our mural, and to see all of the different projects going on is just truly amazing what they do. So one of the things that they did for us was to clean this whole piece. Now remember that this piece is about 13 by 12 by 13, and that the big Spirit of 76 painting is this size. It's huge, like this. And I have not been able to see it, but several Wellington people have been in, and Scott Markle, one of our board members, has been to Abbott Hall in Marblehead, Massachusetts to see the first one. And I say it that way because Willard, when he painted subsequent paintings of the Spirit of 76, changed each one just a little bit so that they were all originals. And I think I've mentioned that before, but I always think that's amazing that he did it. This piece was painted on cloth, which I think is amazing. And if you see this line that goes through here, that is one of the seams where the cloth was put together, and you can see that there's this line, and then there's one that goes across here, and there's one that goes up. So there's actually 4 panels that were put together by Willard when he did this. And this is not an oil paint, it's almost like a tempera paint. So it's amazing to me that it is in this good of condition, considering it was rolled up and put in the basement of the Springfield headquarters of the Ohio Masonic Lodge for quite some years. And Scott worked quite a long time to get the 3 murals back to us. So it was all cleaned. They take these little tiny cosmetic sponges and they go inch by inch and do the whole thing to clean it. And then they put a stabilizer over the top of it so that the paint doesn't come off any more than what it already has. It is put on a backing to keep it from sagging. And then we had framing made and put together and hung. And Scott engineered this wonderful track so that this can be moved at some point if we need to move it. So this is the result of the first Willard Initiative that we are just so excited about it. It's a fabulous thing to see in person, and I hope if you haven't been to the museum before, that once we get open, and I think it'll be the springtime before we get reopened, that you'll be able to come and see this in person because it's just kind of breathtaking at the size of it. Now, if you want to see the big Spirit of 76 painting, it's in Marblehead, but there's also one in City Hall in Cleveland. So that's a whole lot closer than going to Marblehead, unless you want to take a vacation and go to New England. You may be wondering where we received funding in order to be able to do the project that we have here, our Willard Initiative. Barb Leiby, our secretary here at the museum, who is a part-time person who works more than full-time for us, worked hours and hours to complete a grant for funding from the Ohio History Connection, and we were just thrilled that we were able to have that grant given to us. And as you can see, it says Willard Initiative Phase 1. We are hoping that we'll also be able to get funding through grants to do Phase 2. Also, if you look back here, you will see that we are thanking the Wellington Masonic Lodge 127. We are thanking the Harry W. and Helen L. Wagner Fund, the Wellington Women's League, all of which have helped us in various ways, either monetary or through helping us with our display work here at the museum. We are just thrilled that we have such great support from the people who are interested in history, and in particular, the history here in Wellington. Thank you all.